Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Sophia and today's pick a card reading is going to be answering the question, does my person miss me? So is the person on your mind missing you? Are they thinking about you? But it's more of like, do they miss you specifically? Not just, are they thinking about you at all? It's more like, do they miss you? So probably a lot of you are in separation from this person. Or there's some other kind of situation that makes you question whether they miss you or not. So we're going to try and see what the cards say, okay? Just a note that I like to make before I start my readings is that they are general readings, so it's not going to resonate for everybody. So if the pile that you pick doesn't resonate, please don't worry. It happens all the time. Feel free to pick another pile, especially if you were in between two to begin with and you decide to just go with one. Or you can of course go onto another person's channel on YouTube. There are hundreds of wonderful tarot readers out there that you could watch, and this is one of the most popular types of readings to do. I personally like this reading. I think it's fun, so I'm really excited to be doing this pick a card reading for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and name our piles. So this is pile number 1. These are all calcites, by the way. So this is the blue calcite right here. And then pile 2 has a red calcite on the top. And then pile number 3 has the orange calcite on the top. So feel free to pause the video, take your time choosing your pile, and I will see you guys there. Timestamps will be in the description box, as long as any other information you need to know about me, including how to contact me for personal readings. Okay? So thank you so much, you guys, and I will see you guys at your pile. Hello everybody, so if you guys picked the blue calcite, so aka pile number 1, this message is for you. So let's see if the person you have on your mind right now is missing you. So these are decks that I have not used in, well, I used the Illuminated Tarot in my very first YouTube video if you want to go check that out. But these other two, this is the Unknown Tarot by Kras and the Osho Zen Tarot by, who's it by? I can't tell, but I will have the information there in the description box. Sorry, the box is behind me on my lower desk, so I couldn't see the author. Also, just to note that these cards are going to be in Spanish because I got this deck in Mexico while I was there for vacation back in June. My aunt got this for me as an early birthday gift, so thank you, Dia. But yeah, so let's get into the reading. Sorry, I keep rambling on. Lucha, okay. Lucha means like fight, like, you know, like fighting. Celebración, so that's celebration. We have the 8 of Swords. The 4 of Wands. 2 of Wands too. Whoa, cool. And the Fool card. Okay. There are fewer cards today. I wanted to try and make this a little bit of a faster reading today. Kind of a little bit more of a yes or no, straightforward question. Okay. So I'm gonna go in order here. So lucha, so this means, of course, fight. So I feel like maybe you and this person have been fighting, like fighting with each other. Maybe that's why you're in separation. So I feel like either you guys got into a fight with each other. There's also, we have the 8 of Swords, we have the 4 of Wands. I mean, these two actually go together. These two are about celebration. 4 of Wands and the 3, the Celebración, they're both about celebration, but I'll get to that in a minute. We also have the Fool card. It's interesting because I feel like this person, it's weird. I get this message that they're trying not to think about you. Like, it's weird. Because we have the 8 of Swords here, which talks about like feeling mentally trapped, and I feel like it's because you guys got in a fight. I feel like they are thinking about you, but like, or missing, like, I feel like they're thinking about you. I don't know if they're necessarily missing you. I think that they're more thinking about the situation that went on between you two. Like, because again, we have the 8 of Swords. They might feel guilty I'm getting these, like, mixed signals, because, like, these 3 cards are drastically different from these 3 cards. I feel like it's a situation where they don't want to miss you, but they do. I think that they're thinking more about the fight or the disagreement that you guys had. And the Two of Wands talks about, like, making a decision, like, feeling like you have 2 options. Like, if in the regular tarot you have the world, this person has the world in his hand, and he's deciding whether he's going to go and, like, kind of explore the world, or is he going to hang back. So I feel like this person still maybe feels like they have a choice to make, or maybe they did make a choice, but I think it's, like, mentally trapping them. Like, I feel like they feel very conflicted. This also, like, this lucha could also talk about self-conflict. So again, that's why I get the sense that they do miss you, but they don't want to be missing you. And it's interesting because then we have the exact opposite. We have the exact opposite cards here. So we have Celebración, we have Four of Wands, which talks about celebration. And then it's interesting because we have the Fool card, we have the 0, we have the Fool card. And so for me, it's interesting that the Fool card came up, because I feel like either you and this person, like, I feel like this person is almost glad to be in separation from you. I'm sorry if that hurts to hear, but I feel like there was some kind of disagreement, and I feel like maybe this person had to make a choice of whether to go or not to go, and I feel like they decided to go. And I feel like this also comments on the fact that they don't, like, again, this mental entrapment, they might be still feeling bad about it, you know, they might still be feeling bad about the fact that you two are in separation. I feel like this sense of guilt, you know what I mean, over whatever this disagreement was, but I think that they took a leap of faith, and they decided to do what was best for them. I feel like they decided to leave, and that may have been a big step for them. That may have been, you know, like, this fight may have been the last straw for them, is a message I'm getting. It may have been the last straw. And I feel like now, you know, like, they're on to a new phase in their life, you know, like, they're celebrating, you know, we have the success, we got Four of Wands, you know, they're moving on, basically. I feel like they're in the process of moving on. I still feel like they do think about you time to time, but I don't think they necessarily miss you. They might, you know, at times miss you, but I think that they had to reach a decision of whether to move on or not from whatever this relationship was after whatever conflict that you two had, and I feel like they decided to take a leap of faith and kind of just separate themselves a bit from you. I don't sense that they're necessarily angry at you. I think, again, like, this Eight of Swords is telling me a lot. This Eight of Swords tells me that they still feel guilty. Like, there's still some guilt there about what they did. They may have not wanted to be in separation from you, but I think that they felt like they had no choice anymore, and that the best thing, you know, they had a decision to make, and the thing that they decided to do was take a leap of faith and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go and try and find something better for myself. And so I think they do think about you, but I don't think they might miss you to an extent, but I think it's more that they're making an attempt to move on. So I think they think about you, but more about how you guys were fighting rather than the good times. This may have been a recent separation. I feel like this is still very fresh. Like, this is giving me because there's, like, you can see the conflict, there's, like, confliction, you know, like, I feel like this person goes in and out of missing you and in and out of thinking about you, but in terms, like, you know, thinking and missing are slightly different. So in terms of thinking about you, yes. In terms of missing you, it's like yes and no, if that makes sense. I hope I hope you follow. So basically, like, I think that like I said, I'm getting the sense that you guys have just recently gone into separation, and all of these emotions are still pretty fresh. So, I mean, in terms of whether they miss you or not, I feel like at times, but it's more that they're trying to move on. Like, their efforts to move on exceed the amount that they miss you, which I know can be hard to hear, so I'm sorry, but again, like, something tells me, like, I'm not getting, like, great vibes from these cards. Like, I think that whatever this relationship was may have not been the best. So I hope that, you know, like, I'm sure, like, you miss this person or else you wouldn't be watching this video, and I know what it's like to miss somebody, and not be sure, you know, whether the other person misses you. But just, like, try and take from this person's book, you know, like, this person's obviously trying to live their best life, so you should too, okay? Just try and live your best life, even though, you know, it's hard when you're in separation from somebody and you don't know whether it's permanent or not, and you're kind of in this, like, back and forth conflicting stage mentally and, you know, physically, like, being away from this person. So try not to, you try also to adopt this Celebración Four of Wands energy, okay? I think it'll help too, because I think this person is really making the effort to move on, and they might miss you at times, but I think, again, like, their efforts to move on exceed the amount that they miss you, okay? So thank you so much, pile number 1. I hope that gives you some clarity. Leave a comment down below if that resonated, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much. Hi, so this is for everybody who picked pile number 2 with the red calcite on the top. So let's find out whether the person on your mind misses you or not. So let's see. Oh, also, I said this in the first pile. These cards are cards that I have not used yet in a reading, in a video, except for the Illuminated Tarot. I did use in my very first video, if you want to go check that out. But yeah, these are cards that I have not used in reading, pick a card reading yet, and these cards, the Osho Zen cards, are actually in Spanish because I got this deck in Mexico while I was there for vacation visiting family. My aunt was kind enough to buy these for me as an early birthday present, so thank you to my tia. So yeah, I'll translate. It's literally just one word on the bottom, so I'll just translate fluid, so it's fluid or flow. Avance, which means go forward, advance. We have the, wow, I can't do 9 of Swords, sorry. 4 of, sorry. Not, wow. Guys, I'm so bad with Roman numerals, it's actually embarrassing. Like, and it's the same number, like 9 and 9. 9 might be an important, it might be an important number for you guys. And then we have 8 of Pentacles too. And then we have the 2 of Cups. Oh, okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay. So let's see. So with this two of Cups is jumping out at me. I feel like this person definitely feels like that you're their soulmate. I think that this person still feels a very strong connection to you. For sure. For sure. I think that this person still feels a very strong connection to you. With this 9 of Swords, I feel like they're losing sleep over you for sure. They're definitely losing sleep. They might be having nightmares. You know, this card is not very pleasant looking. So yeah, they're definitely, right off the bat, the answer is yes. Right off the bat, the answer is yes, they miss you for sure. With this 9 of Swords, this 2 of Cups, I feel like they might be, you know, losing sleep over the fact that they feel this strongly towards you. We also have the 9 of Pentacles, and so I feel like the 9 of Pentacles, I feel like they feel, you know, like I think, you know, right now that they're single. I think right now you guys aren't in any kind of like romantic relationship. This, you know, 9 of Pentacles talks about being alone, being single. If this is a romantic interest, this person maybe right now is single and they're thinking about you, and they do miss you. But I feel like they also might be, you know, they might be missing this feeling of harmony that you bring them. I think that's mainly what this 9 of Pentacles represents. You know, 9 of Pentacles represents harmony, happiness. So I feel like they're losing sleep over the fact that that they don't have that right now. You know what I mean? Like, again, you're probably in separation from this person. So this person's probably missing the good times that you guys have together. I'm sensing that for a lot of you guys might be already in a relationship, a romantic relationship, and you guys are just, it could be a long distance relationship for some of you, that might resonate for a couple of you. I mean, this person obviously cares about you a lot. Like, this person definitely thinks that you're their soulmate, that you're the one. I don't like using the term the one. I think that there can be multiple people. For one person, I think there can be multiple the ones, so I don't really believe in the one. But they definitely think they love you, like they really do. And I think that they're losing sleep over the fact that you guys are in separation. But again, I don't think it's done on purpose. Like, I think that that's just how things are. That might resonate for a couple of you. Then we have this Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles talks about work too, so that makes me think that for a good majority of you, this is about a long-distance relationship with somebody. It doesn't even have to be romantic. It can be a long-distance relationship with a friend. And long-distance relationships, they require a lot of work. So that's definitely kind of aiding in my theory that you guys are in a long-distance relationship. So I feel like this person also might be losing sleep over the fact that this relationship is taking a lot of work now, but I think they're willing to put it in because, they see you as this Two of Cups. They have got this Two of Cups energy, which is really cool. So this person definitely does miss you. I think they're losing sleep over how much work they're putting into this relationship. They're losing sleep over, or they're stressing out about, how are we going to make this relationship work? Like, how are we going to make it work? How are we going to keep it going? Or what can I do to advance this relationship, take it to the next level? Because again, I think with the Nine of Pentacles, like for another half of you, or a good chunk of you, you guys might not be in a relationship or in a romantic relationship, but they want to be, but they don't really know how to go about it. Since the Nine of Pentacles does talk about, being single, but I feel like with this Nine of Swords, they're not happy about that. So they're definitely losing sleep over you, for sure. Like, so they do miss you. I feel like they do miss you. They're losing sleep over this situation, whatever it is. Again, I think for a good chunk of you guys might be in a long distance relationship of some sort, or again, like you're in some long distance separation. You haven't seen each other in a while. It's interesting because then we have avance, and avance means advance or go forward. So I feel like this person wants to see you. Like, I feel like this person does miss you. I think like this person wishes that they could make it, like, actually see you advance towards you in some way. I think that they really want to just go towards you. I think, again, like, in a way, I like how it also the color scheme is the same. Isn't that cool? But yeah, like, I think they want to just, they miss you, and I feel like they want to tell you. Like, if you're already in contact, if you're, like, in contact with this person, like, and they haven't said it out loud, like, they do maybe want to say it, but I think they do want to put in the work, too, like, to make this relationship work. I feel like whatever separation you guys are in right now is not intentional. Like, I feel like it's just something that can't be helped, like I said before. But I feel like they're losing sleep because it's difficult for them. Like, I feel like it's just as difficult for them as it is for you, and they want to move forward. And I think they also, like, I just got this message that they just want time to pass, to advance more quickly, or quicker, because they miss you. They want everything to advance at a faster pace so they can see you again, and they miss the happy times, the harmony. And I think they feel like they're putting all of this work, like this mental work too, because, the Nine of Swords talks about, when you lose sleep, you're overthinking, you're stressing about something. So I feel like they're ready for this Eight of Pentacles. Usually the Eight of Pentacles is a good card, but I think that the Eight of Pentacles paired with this Nine of Swords talks about how they're really stressing out, and they're putting in, it's hard for them. Like, this separation is hard for them, because they do see you as this, Two of Cups, this Two of Cups energy, soulmate energy. And it's interesting with this Fluid, because I think with the Fluid card, I think it's a sign that, they're trying to go with the flow. Like, they're trying to just, do it. I think this is a part of the make it work. They're trying to make it work card. Like, they're trying to adapt to this separation. Like, they're trying to adapt to the fact that you guys are in a separation, to adapt to the fact that, like, things are the way that they are right now. But it's hard. Like, I'm definitely sensing that it's hard for them. With this Nine of Swords says it all, This I think, in my opinion, the Nine of Swords and the Two of Cups says it all. So, yeah, they definitely miss you. I think they miss you a lot. I think it's really hard. I think it's really hard for them. I think that they just want things to go at a faster pace. They probably want time to go by so they can see you again. They miss this harmony that you bring them, and the harmony that they feel like with you and all the things that you've done with them. I think they're trying to put in as much work into the relationship as they can. They're trying to go with the flow, but they just want time to go faster because they want to see you. They love you. So yeah. So thank you, pile number 2, for watching. I hope that resonated. I hope that they give you some comfort. Let me know down in the comment section if that resonated with you guys, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much. Hi everybody who picked pile number 3. Thank you for joining me today. So you're here because you picked the orange calcite. So let's see if the person on your mind misses you. Oh, sorry, I just violently shook the camera. That was not intentional. I keep almost forgetting. I always turn the first card and then I remember. So I've said this in the other 2 piles. I have not used 2 of these decks. I used the Illuminated Tarot in my very first YouTube video if you want to go check that out. But these other 2 decks I have not used in a video yet, so I'm really excited to use them. I'm going to have this is the Unknown Tarot by Kras, and then this is the Osho Zen Tarot. I don't know the author. I couldn't see. I tried to look at the author. The box that it came in is like right behind me, but I couldn't twist like hard enough to see the author, and I was feeling lazy and I just wanted to get on with the video. So I will put the decks down in the description box in case you're curious and you want to buy them because you think you would like them. And just a note that the Osho Zen is actually in Spanish because I got this deck while I was in Mexico visiting family. This was an early birthday present from my aunt. So yeah, she was really sweet, and when she found out I like tarot, her daughter, my cousin, actually uses these, which is so cool. So yeah, she wanted to get them for me too. So I will translate. It only has 1 word on the bottom, so I will translate that for you, okay? And if you know Spanish, great. Conciencia, so conscious. El loco, the fool. Cool. We have Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. Excuse me. Mother of Wands. And the 5 of Cups. Okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. This is an interesting spread. So the Mother of Wands for me, like that's the Queen of Wands. Interesting. I feel like this is kind of giving me similar vibes to pile number 1. It's like a little bit of a mixed bag. Because again, we got the Fool too. We got the Fool in the first pile as well. Well, first of all, what's jumping out at me in the 5 of Cups is the 5 of Cups. Sorry, that made no sense. The first thing that's jumping out at me is this 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups, or the 5 of Hearts in this case, talks about, it's my spilt milk card, so crying over spilt milk. And if you don't know that phrase, or that it's not a mantra, but that, I can't even think of the word. You know what I mean? Have you ever, that saying, thank you, wow. Words, English. Yeah, so if you never heard that saying, basically crying over spilt milk is like you're crying over things that you are not really in your control anymore, or you're crying over things that you can't change. So I feel like this person, like this is like telling me that they do miss you. Also conciencia, I feel like conscious, so I feel like they're very conscious of the fact that they miss you. I feel like something, they're ruminating over it, they're very conscious of it, like they're thinking about it, I think that they're thinking about you all the time. I feel like they're just like thinking about it, like they're thinking about it, like I feel like, there's this, yeah. Then we have this ace, we have 2 cards of new beginnings. We have the Ace of Pentacles and we have El Loco. And El Loco is the Fool, so taking a leap of faith. like, yeah, into the unknown, like taking a leap of faith into the unknown, like really just going for it, like a YOLO. It's my YOLO card. And then the Ace of Pentacles talks about a new beginning that takes a lot of time to come about. It takes a lot of time to come to fruition. It's something that you were waiting for, like something that you're, like something that you're just waiting. So it's interesting in that sense. I feel like this person, they do in fact miss you, but they're also like waiting for you to come back from this whatever separation you guys are in. Now that I explain this Ace of Pentacles out loud, sometimes for me personally, when I start, I have to start reading the cards out loud for me to finally pick up a theme over what it is. Because at first when I looked at all these cards, I was a little confused. Again, like pile number 1, I was so confused because like there are 6 cards per pile, and like it was split evenly down the middle, whether like yes they do miss them or no they don't miss them. So then I was like, well, it's like mixed. But I think with this one it's more complex than that. It's more nuanced than that. I mean, everything is more nuanced. Even pile number 1 ended up being more nuanced than what I had initially deduced it was. But it's interesting. So we have the Two of Swords here. So I feel like they're guarding their heart. Two of Swords talks about guarding their heart. And so I feel like what this is I feel like they miss you, and more specifically, I'm just getting that they want a new beginning with you. Like, I think that whatever separation you guys are in right now, they didn't intend for that to happen, but it did. And so now there's this Two of Swords. Like, they're kind of guarded right now, but I think it's because they're waiting. Like, I think they might be, like, pushing other people away because they're waiting for you. Does that make sense? So I feel like they do miss you. I think they're in this state of like mourning almost, to me, like with this 5 of Cups, this Two of Swords, in like the state of mourning. They're very conscious, they're very in their own head right now, and I feel like they do miss you, but I think they're also like almost fantasizing about being with you again. You know what I mean? Like being with you. I actually want to read the meaning of the Mother of Wands, because to be honest, I just want to make sure that I'm doing this right. I don't use this deck very often, like I said. So let's read this. Attractive, domestic, vibrant. So the Mother of Wands is a vibrant woman and happy mother. Family comes first in her world. She's very protective of it and is the dominant parent within the home. Though proud and determined, she has enough grace and beauty that you'd hardly notice her forceful nature. Oftentimes she has overcome great pain or trauma in her life. It is important not to get on her bad side. Interesting. So I feel like this person... Yeah, I feel like this person is like... I feel like this person, I feel like this isn't them. I feel like this is you, actually. Because it's interesting. 5 of Cups talks about not only crying over spilt milk, but also feeling like, oh, I fucked up. You know what I mean? It's like the you fucked up card. So I feel like they see that you're in this position of power. You can also be starting to have new beginnings. Like, you're having new beginnings. You're the one that's being able to move on really quickly. You know what I mean? I would check out pile number 1. Just to compare, actually, I feel like you might be the other, like the person that pile number 1 was asking about, actually. Yeah, you are. Yeah, so go check out pile number 1 if you're curious whether, just watch pile number 1. They can be the two sides of the story. So I think that you miss them. You know what, it's the same, never mind. Yeah, like or you might be in a similar, sorry, they're not two sides of the story. You're in a similar situation as pile number 1. So if you want to go check out pile number 1 anyway, do it. But yeah, I think that the other person is making, I think that you're making an effort. you're making an effort to move on. Wow, I keep getting really confused, you guys. I'm sorry, my brain is like a little dead today. No, so yeah, go check out pal number one, because they are like complementing each other in the sense that one person's one side of the story and the other person's the other side. So I would go check out pal number one, because I think that your person does miss you, but I think that they don't like that they see you moving on, that they're in this position of power. For me, the Mother of Wands is a power, you know, like all about power, about somebody in their element, you know what I mean? And I feel like they decided to start this separation. But I feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, like they want a new beginning. Like they want a new beginning with you. Like even though it's going to take a while, so I think they're willing to wait for you, you know, but and they're in the state of like closing everybody off. And, you know, like they fucked up and they're thinking about it. Like they're thinking about it all the time. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, they do miss you. They do miss you. They think about you. Like I said in pal number one, also, like thinking and feel and missing are not necessarily the same. But they complement each other. So they miss you and they're thinking about you. But I think they're thinking about how they want to start over with you, and how they're willing to wait for you to come back, and until then they're very closed off. I think they're feeling very guilty, and they're just really overthinking the whole situation. And I think they're also seeing, you know, they're also thinking about how you're moving on and you're in a position of power, so that's also making them almost miss you even more, if that makes sense. So yeah, sorry for like getting confused there. I was getting myself confused there for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. Spare me, I'm only human, guys. So, yeah, thank you so much, pal number 3, for watching. I would definitely recommend going to pal number 1. I think that's the other person in the situation. That's their pile. So go ahead and check it out if you're curious. Sorry, I just shook the camera again. And comment down below if it resonated. Like and subscribe, of course, if you want to see more of my videos and get notifications. And I will hopefully see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much.